Hey everyone, I'm still sick, but I'm back with another update. In this episode, I'll cover news related to the capture of Nicolas Maduro and the Minnesota Somali Fraud Scheme mess. Of course, I'll end with the noteworthy tidbits. On Saturday, January 3rd and into January 4th, U.S. military forces conducted a major operation in Venezuela. This involved airstrikes and special operations, including Delta Force, targeting sites in Caracas, such as the Fuerte Tuna military complex, to suppress defenses. The primary goal was to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, from their compound. President Trump announced the success, describing it as a large-scale strike that resulted in Maduro and his wife being taken into U.S. custody. They were quickly transported to a United States ship like the USS Iwo Jima and then flown to New York. Trump stated the U.S. would temporarily run or oversee Venezuela to facilitate a transition and get oil flowing, while emphasizing the action addressed long-standing U.S. indictments against Maduro for narcoterrorism, drug trafficking cocaine to the United States, and related corruption charges, building on a 2020 indictment, with new unsealed details including his wife. Maduro arrived in New York by Saturday evening into the night, with footage showing him in handcuffs, escorted by agents. Maduro remains in federal U.S. custody, detained in New York, and Venezuela's Supreme Court recognized Vice President Delcy Rodriguez as interim president. Trump suggested potential further strikes if non-cooperation continued and floated broader implications for other countries like Colombia and Mexico, because drugs keep flowing from those countries as well. Many Venezuelans, particularly those in the opposition, exiles who fled during Maduro's rule, and critics of his government, are expressing genuine happiness and relief over Maduro's capture by U.S. forces. Massive spontaneous celebrations erupted in the Miami area, with crowds dancing, honking horns, waving Venezuelan flags, and singing the national anthem. Similar scenes occurred in Chile, Peru, Spain, Ecuador, Argentina, and more, and tears of joy, hugs, and signs saying "We are free" were common. Reactions in Venezuela were subdued due to fear, uncertainty, and a tense calm in Caracas with closed businesses, and some reports and videos show people quietly celebrating from balconies or in smaller groups, with emotional accounts from individuals describing it as the best gift or a historic fall of a dictator. University students and others spoke of daydreaming about telling future generations about the day the regime ended. On to the Minnesota Somali Fraud Scheme mess. President Trump posted footage confirming Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison met with Somalis and fraudsters to accept campaign donations, and he also posted a video saying Governor Tim Walz may have had Minnesota Representative Melissa Hortman assassinated because she voted against giving illegal aliens taxpayer-funded welfare, a vote that strongly impacted the Somali population. The accused killer said it was Governor Walz who told him to do it, and if you're interested in learning more about this, Elizabeth covered the topic in our political retrograde episode titled The Murder of Minnesota Lawmakers. Jumping back to this episode, court documents reveal that Somali fraudsters in Minnesota spent millions of taxpayer dollars on property in Africa and other luxury items, and a Somali daycare owner who is accused of being involved in 82 violations, including potential fraud, is running in the election for Minnesota legislature. Now it's time for the noteworthy tidbits, which are brought to you today by Zevo Life. Let me tell you about them quick. Looking for a game-changing way to improve your health? Zevo Life is the world's most nutrient-dense whole plant, packed with over 50% plant protein, essential amino acids, fiber, and antioxidants. Harnessing the best nature has to offer, Zevo Life nourishes your body while driving your performance, vitality, and overall well-being. Each serving is a concentrated source of clean, well-balanced nutrition designed to support modern lifestyles, and just 1 teaspoon a day supports your gut, boosts energy, and promotes healthier skin and hair. It's no wonder that it's receiving rave 5-star reviews. Step into a healthier future with a 30% discount and a 30-day risk-free guarantee by visiting zivo.life and using my promo code. To support my show and to receive 30% off your entire order, enter in my promo code JADE, that's JADE, at checkout. All right, let's get back to the tidbits. President Trump said that crime is down 77% in Memphis, Tennessee, since the federal government became involved to crack down on crime. Milwaukee Judge Hannah Dugan resigned after being found guilty in federal court for shielding an illegal alien from ICE agents in her courthouse. She was charged with a felony and faces up to 5 years in prison. Dan Bongino finished his tenure at the FBI, and the FBI ended the year with over 6,000 child victims located, a murder rate decrease of 20%, 1,800 gangs and criminal enterprises disrupted, and over 2,000 kilos of fentanyl seized. That's all I have for today. I'll be back with another update soon. Until then, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast, and follow me on Instagram and X at ShadesofJPod. Also, leave me a comment on something. Thank you for listening and have a great day.